Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 10.
Now at 10, justice interrupted.
Parrott had refused to voluntarily waive extradition to face the criminal charges pending in Texas.
A suspect in a decades-old Houston double murder, arrested in Lincoln, dies in custody. What happens next in the investigation? Then frustration boils over.
Looking to acquire the wastewater treatment facility and the farmland associated with the Tyson facility.
Former Tyson workers demanding answers months after the Lexington plant closed. What the city's new agreement means for the future of the property. Plus, pay raises approved.
I just want to go and thank our exec team and our associate superintendents for the incredible work.
Lincoln Public Schools passing pay raises for technicians and administrators. How much more they'll be making over the next 2 years. And Comey indicted.
I'm still innocent. I'm still not afraid. And I still believe in the independent federal judiciary, so let's go.
James Comey facing new federal charges over a social media post. Why the U.S. Department of Justice says it crossed the line. Tonight, we're hearing from the former FBI director himself. But first, breaking now, new developments in a lawsuit involving a former Husker coach. Good evening, everyone. I'm Rod Fowler. This all centers around Chuck Love, who was an assistant coach on the Nebraska women's basketball team. According to the Associated Press, court documents saying he now admits he had a sexual relationship with Ashley Scoggin. That comes in an ongoing civil case. Scoggin claims her civil rights were violated before she was dismissed from the team in 2022. Love had previously denied any relationship. The suit also includes head coach Amy Williams and former athletic director Trev Alberts. Developing now, investigators trying to figure out how a suspect in a double murder case in Houston died in his Lancaster County jail. This case spanning 36 years and nearly 1,000 miles. Officials briefing us on his death this afternoon. And Channel 8's Danielle De Silva has more on what they told us. Danielle.
Lloyd William Parrott was taken into custody here in Lincoln just last month. This is after the alleged killings of a young Texas couple that were found on Lover's Lane decades ago in Houston, Texas. And after his death at 7:32 a.m. this morning, it made many feel that this journey towards justice was cut short.
One of the most difficult things to have accepted is, you know, no one being apprehended for this.
The families of 21-year-old Andy Atkinson and 22-year-old Cheryl Henry grieved for decades without having a suspect to hold accountable, until 64-year-old Floyd Parrott was taken into custody for their deaths at the Lancaster County Jail as a fugitive of justice. The warrant for his arrest created after his DNA was linked to the crime scene from August of 1990 in Houston, Texas.
Parrott was arrested in Lincoln on March 26, 2026, on a warrant from Harris County, Texas, for the 1990 Houston double murders.
Early this morning, medical staff was called to his cell to give medical attention as Parrott was found unconscious. After administering CPR, he was pronounced dead on site. As per Nebraska state law, an investigation by the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office has already begun and an autopsy ordered for Wednesday at 8:30 a.m.
These deaths, the in custody deaths, extremely seriously. And this is a grand jury case, so we will not be able to give out a whole ton of information on the case.
He did add that video footage would be reviewed and labs ordered. Parrott did have a cellmate, but he was not around at the time of his passing. Lancaster County Attorney Pat Condon also spoke about the case.
Parrott had refused to voluntarily waive extradition to face the criminal charges pending in Texas. So my office was working closely with authorities from Harris County District Attorney's Office in Houston to secure a governor's warrant.
That warrant expected to be served to Parrott within the next few days.
A team of experienced homicide investigators will be assembled to ultimately examine all evidence concerning the case of the death and present the findings of its investigation to me.
Condon also adding that after LSO completes their investigation and their findings are reported to him, he has 30 days to panel a grand jury. Of course, this is an ongoing investigation, and as we learn more details, we'll be keeping you informed. Reporting live from the newsroom, Danielle De Silva, Channel 8 News.
Thank you so much, Danielle. Let's get a check of your first forecast on this Tuesday evening. But first, we are taking a live look through our network of cameras. A quiet and chilly end to the day. Any chance we warm back up, or are we going to see mild temps for a bit? Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins for the answer. Rusty?
Kind of a cool day today. April's almost over. May's right around the corner.
That's right.
It's going to end up warmer than we probably want it to be sooner or later, but a cooler day today, and temperatures should remain on the chilly side, especially as we head through tonight. More on that in a second. First, where's the precipitation at? Well, it's moving out. We did see a decent amount of rainfall, though, so hopefully if you wanted the rainfall, you saw it. And it wasn't a lot, but some spots did better than others, like Ord, Broken Bow, North Platte, not bad. 6/100ths in Lincoln and York, about 1/10 of an inch in Beatrice, about 1/4 of an inch in Kearney, 11/100ths in Nebraska City. So we range from next to nothing to about 1/4 of an inch in some spots. Now, speaking of that cool start to the day, a frost advisory in place for much of central and parts of eastern Nebraska. Doesn't include Lincoln, Beatrice, or Omaha, but it is going to be a chilly start regardless. We have wet streets out there as we look at our Allocam at 21st and L Street. That precipitation continues to move away from us, and clearing sky and cooler air moving in right behind it. Temperatures already near the freezing mark in parts of central Nebraska with a very light breeze out of the northwest. We'll talk more about this cold air headed our way in a few minutes.
Thank you, Rusty. New at 10, some Lincoln Public School employees are getting a pay raise. The school board tonight approving 2-year contracts for administrators and technicians. This is how it breaks down. Technicians, which are also school support staff, will see their pay go up 4.2% this upcoming year, and then 3.5% in 2027 and 28. Administrators will get a pay boost of 4.25% this upcoming school year, followed by 3.5% in 27-28. School board members tonight appreciating their work.
I just want to go and thank our exec team and our associate superintendents for the incredible work that everyone does and how hard you do work, and all the many meetings that you have with this board and committees and information and data and troubleshooting. And I have often wondered when you sleep.
Now, the school board will vote on pay raises for custodians and associate superintendents in 2 weeks. Well, frustration boiling over tonight at the Lexington, Nebraska City Council meeting months after the Tyson beef plant there closed. As first reported by the Nebraska Rural Radio Network, more than 150 people packed the meeting tonight demanding answers about the future of the property. City leaders are moving forward with a new agreement with Tyson. Now, it doesn't include buying the plant, but to buy land east and southeast of it.
What we're looking at in the map and the parcels that are included is some ancillary properties to the east of the facility, and then property along their wastewater treatment facility, as well as property to the west of the wastewater treatment plant. So we're looking to acquire the wastewater treatment facility and the farmland associated with the Tyson facility.
For many former workers, it still wasn't enough. After the meeting, locals stayed behind, voicing frustration over what they call a lack of information on what the future holds for jobs and the community. Well, right now, the People's City Mission here in Lincoln is dealing with a drought. They're in dire need of water, and with summer weather right around the corner, this could become a serious problem soon. Channel 8's Mackenzie Johnson joins us now with the details on this. Mackenzie?
Rod, the People's City Mission ran out of bottled water for the first time in a long time. Now they're in an urgent need for a way to keep the homeless hydrated.
Generally, we have water, we get donations, but recently they've sort of run short.
A rare problem for the People's City Mission this week. They're posting on social media saying their water stores have run dry.
We actually had to go buy our own pallet of water yesterday because we were just out. We put almost 100 bottles of water in sack lunches that we make every day. We also give them to folks that are out and about. Many of our guests don't have cars, and so we try to keep them hydrated.
But despite this pile of water bottles, Pastor Tom says they won't last for very long. And he fears these shortages are part of a trend that could last for a while.
You know, people ask me, why are we so short on water? And, you know, I'm not sure. I think maybe part of it's the economy, especially I think with gas going up right now. I just think people are feeling a little bit of a pinch. And so we've seen some of our water donations and other supplies drop a little bit. I know that's happening across the country.
And even though times are hard right now for many, the mission is making a plea. They're asking anyone to buy even just a single case of water to donate. Take a look here. This is the People's City Mission website where you can purchase different amounts of water. A 12-pack only costs $2.48, but if you wanted to make an even bigger donation, you could buy 4 cases of 24 bottles, which is 96 bottles of water for less than $40.
So far, we're making it. We just need help with water if we can get it.
There are a few different ways to help the mission get water. You can either buy some on their website to have it shipped directly to them, and we have a link to that on our website at klkntv.com, or you can drop some off in person at their location at 69th and P Streets. Reporting in the studio, Mackenzie Johnson, Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Mackenzie. New developments. Former FBI Director James Comey speaking out tonight. He's facing a new indictment from the Department of Justice. It's all centering around a social media post from him last year.
Earlier today, a grand jury in the Eastern District of North Carolina returned a true bill indicting Mr. James Comey.
The indictment centering around this social media post from Comey last year showing a seashell arrangement on a beach that reads 8647. The caption also reading from Comey, "Cool shell formation on my beach walk." President Trump and the DOJ said it amounted to a threat to the 47th U.S. president. And in slang, the term 86 means to remove or take out. Comey, who spoke on social media tonight, saying he didn't realize that some folks associated those numbers with violence.
I'm still innocent, I'm still not afraid, and I still believe in the independent federal judiciary, so let's go. But it's really important that all of us remember this is not who we are as a country, this is not how the Department of Justice is supposed to be, and the good news is we get closer every day to restoring those values.
Comey is a longtime political foe of the president, and this is now the second time he's been indicted by the Justice Department. The judge dismissed those earlier charges that centered around testimony he gave to Congress years earlier. Well, after the break, controversial York County solar project moves one step closer to reality.
A gray and rainy day today. I think we're going to see more sunshine as we head through the next couple of days. Still kind of a chill in the air, though. That forecast when we come back.
project's boundaries. It follows last night's crowded hearing that they had there. Channel 8's Emma Norwood was at the meeting this morning.
Bowman.
Yes.
Groves.
Yes.
Robertson. Yes. Obermeyer.
No.
And Burgess.
No.
York County Commissioners voting to implement the zoning regulations surrounding a proposed 3,000-acre solar farm. Not a single seat left in the room as dozens plead with commissioners.
I moved out to York County to live in a rural area surrounded by farmland, not an industrial solar park.
The zoning regulations in place include a half mile from any homeowner who is not a willing partner, 330 feet from cemeteries, 660 feet from state recreational areas, and a half mile from platted subdivisions. On Tuesday, commissioners deciding to adjust the boundary from schools and churches, which was previously set to 660 feet and will now be a half a mile.
The regulations passed today that include half-mile setbacks from property lines are a de facto ban on solar in this county. They are too large of setbacks and just completely zone it out, creating essentially unusable land across the entire county.
Emotions running high as so many worry about their generational farms.
We want to leave a legacy, and my great-grandma and granddad and my dad and uncles did not work this hard to save our family farm for it to be taken over by a solar industry.
Omaha Public Power District reps say it's disappointing, but they will be reevaluating and working to find a different pathway for the project.
Today's regulations that were passed certainly are difficult, and that creates a really tough environment for a project to continue, but we remain dedicated to that process, especially here in York County.
OPPD also emphasizing that both agriculture and solar generation can go together for the benefit of the state, despite many disagreeing. Reporting in Lincoln, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Temperatures are looking like we're going to see a cool night. So let's take a look outside right now and see what's going on. We have 48th and Cornhusker Highway, a green light, go. Oh wait, you can't. Oh wait, there we go. Oh goodness. Construction, I mean, even getting to work normally is a pretty straight shot for me. I got to go this way and that now. I mean, there is construction all over the place. Goodness, temperatures right now, ooh, almost the freezing mark in Broken Bow, 34 in Thedford, 40 in Grand Island. Some still hanging on to the middle and upper 40s for southeast Nebraska, but 39 in Kearney, 40 in Grand Island. At least there's not a wind. That would be a little rough. We've got a northwest wind, 5, 10, maybe 15 miles per hour. That's it. I mean, so at least the wind has died down. It's less than 10 miles per hour for just about everybody, 12 though in Lincoln. A couple of sprinkles lingering. You might see a stray just raindrop or two underneath these clouds, but that clearing sky is associated with a cold front that has since passed and just some cold air. I mean, it's still April, so we can get that cold air to pull in, and that's exactly what's going to happen as we head through tonight. In fact, we may see a little patchy fog in parts of southwest Nebraska, and with temperatures dropping to around the freezing mark, a couple of slick spots, a possibility in especially elevated surfaces, bridges, overpasses, things like that. So keep that in mind if you're going to be in southwestern Nebraska for tomorrow. Most of us, though, maybe even southeast Lincoln or southeast Nebraska near Lincoln and Omaha. It would be quick, won't amount to much, but a cold start to the day, and then we will see those temperatures rebound. And then another chance for some rain, mainly for western and southwestern Nebraska. Eventually by Wednesday night, it gets close. Maybe Grand Island, Hastings, Kearney. I don't think Lincoln and Beatrice. Columbus may be a sprinkler too. Most of this just either dies out or dives to the south into parts of Kansas by Wednesday night. So not a whole lot there, but that cool air is really going to funnel in as we head through the overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. So frost advisories in place for north central, central, and south central Nebraska. Not eastern Nebraska, because I think it'll be just warm enough. And it will be cold enough in western Nebraska and northwestern, north central Nebraska. but it's normal for them. They're not into that time of year when frost advisories are needed, because it's still something that normally happens this time of year. But it's late enough in the season that central Nebraska, just a heads up, frost advisory. Temperatures tonight in the middle 30s, lower 30s to the west, upper 30s to the east, maybe some 40s and highs tomorrow. Not bad. I think we'll see upper 50s, lower and middle 60s. A nice day, light west wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Small chance for some light rain on Thursday, and really that could be as early as late Wednesday night, and then another small chance on Thursday. And then as we head into the first day of May, a cool day, 62 degrees, and then you're looking at 70s for quite a while, actually. I think Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and all the way through next week. Another chance for some light rain on Monday and Tuesday of next week as well. Weather trivia time. On average, what are the chances that Lincoln sees a below freezing temperature again this season? Not a chance, 25, 50, or 100%?
25.
I don't remember what the answer is. Oh, it's 50. We're at 50-50 right now. And the latest 32-degree temperature that Lincoln has ever seen is May 29th.
Wow.
So it can, I mean, it usually doesn't happen that late, but we can still see freezing temperatures in May.
All right, thank you, Rusty. Coming up, there was some Lincoln magic once again tonight for the Husker baseball team. Nate Johnson joins us after the break with the latest from tonight's action. We'll be right back.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with Sports Director Nate Johnson. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
It was game day for Nebraska baseball here in Lincoln tonight, their last home game of the month. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for tuning into the Sports Zone this evening. Great to have you with us. The Huskers return to Haymarket Park following their road trip against Illinois. And tonight, there was once again something in the air in Lincoln. Nebraska up 2-0 in the bottom of the first already, and Jet Buck would add to it. Flying one out to center. Hard to see the ball with all that rain out there, and the ball drops, so make it 3-0. Big Red. Dylan Carey coming around to score. Kansas State would battle back tonight, though, scoring runs in the 3rd through the 6th innings. They've got the lead. Jeter Worthley, though, going to help Nebraska get that lead back. An RBI triple, so to the top 9 we go, 6-6. Jayshon Unger on for relief. Hey, get out of here. Strikeout. So to the bottom of the 9th we go. Rhett Stokes up to the dish. How about another walk-off in Nebraska? The Huskers come all the way back to take down Kansas State at home, bring out the Gatorade. What a night for Nebraska. 7-6, the final. The Huskers win it. Jeter Worthley went 5 for 5 tonight in the victory. Big Red looks now to a road trip to Columbus against Ohio State. Huge win tonight for the resume for the Huskers. They down the Wildcats this evening. From baseball to softball, let's talk about the ladies on the diamond. ESPN and USA Softball released their newest poll, and Nebraska is 1 spot higher than last week, now ranked as the number 2 team in the country. As for the rest of the Big Ten, UCLA comes in at number 6, Oregon's there at 15, and Washington rounds things out at 25. And looking ahead to this week, Nebraska will end their regular season campaign on the road against Penn State. First pitch in Game 1 is set for 4 p.m. on Friday. Let's talk some Husker women's basketball because a big day today for the program. The Huskers added a new player to the roster for next season. SEC transfer Arek Angul added to the roster the 2025-2026 season for her. She was at Auburn. She's 6'9" forward. She'll become the tallest player in Nebraska women's basketball history. She appeared in 20 games for Auburn last season, averaging 1.5 points, 2.6 rebounds in 8.8 minutes of play. The Lincoln Stars are back on playoff ice tonight in Game 5 against Sioux Falls in a do-or-die Game 5 tonight. Just not going the Stars' way. The final this evening, Lincoln fell 2-0 in this one, and it's so a heck of a run for the Stars, the 5 seed, but that season comes to an end. Finally, it may be the end of a historic format for one of, if not the best tournaments and postseasons in all of sports. Per ESPN and Pete Thamel, the NCAA has started the final steps to expand the men's and women's NCAA basketball tournament to 76 teams. The expansion, which has been discussed for well over a year, is on track to be finalized in the upcoming weeks and would begin this upcoming season. Sports fans can expect an official announcement in mid-May because there are still steps to take in terms of approvals via various NCAA committees. However, per ESPN, quote, those are just formalities. So while it's not official, it seems this may be where the NCAA tournament is heading in the near future. And that will come with a lot of mixed reactions and emotions, and certainly already has. That is going to do it for sports tonight. Rod will send things back over to you.
All right. Thank you, Nate. We'll be right back with a final check of your forecast with Rusty.
With a clearing sky, the temperatures are going to drop to around the freezing mark, if not a few degrees cooler than that. So a frost advisory in place for the county shaded in blue. It is going to get on the chilly side, so a little frost possible. Temperatures will rebound though, upper 50s to around 60. Pretty nice day on Wednesday headed our way, so get out and enjoy.
All right, thank you, Rusty. And as always, thank you for joining us tonight. Andrew in Houston will be here for your morning news starting at 5 o'clock. Jimmy Kimmel is coming up next. Have a great night.
Founded and operated by American veterans and patriots, we bring a warrior ethos to every case. We are Barry Law.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join.